Hey there fam, how's it going? Another episode, the Midweek Motivation. How y'all doing? How's the week going so far? You guys are getting after it? You guys are staying strong, staying motivated? Yeah? Let's dive into today's word. Today's word's gonna be a great one. It's one that God spoke to me and he posed it more as a question, right? And the question, like, and I'm summarizing it, is are you willing to go through the process, right? Are you willing to get after and go and get to the place that God's called you to be? Because it's real easy to say, like, in the beginning, yes, I'm gonna start this up and let's get after it. And people always say that starting is the most difficult part. And I tend to agree to a certain point, because like taking that first step is a little nerve-wracking. It could be a little like, ooh, like something new, something different. May even feel a little strange to you, a little foreign. But for me, it's the longevity of it. So you can start anything, right? I can go and be like, you know what? I'm gonna learn how to play the drums. And after like three lessons, I'm like, no, I'm out, right? So like starting it, yeah, it's important, but what's more important is maintaining it. And to go even deeper than that, what's very, very important is to maintain it even in the hard times, where it's not a bright and shiny and, brand new thing, where it's just, something that you've been called to do and you're supposed to do it. It's very simple. I'll use an example of like, let's say you opened up a business, right? And that was your idea. You want to open up a clothing line and boom, you're excited about it. It starts going, cool. But now you're 4 months in, 5 months, let's say even a year into it. And now the fun stuff was like, oh my gosh, like there's these new sales and new clients. And now it's like, okay, like how do I maintain this? And then how do I go to, to a better place next year, right? How do I go in advance? How do I grow from this and not stay just stagnant and stale? Yeah? So that's kind of the question that was posed to me, when God and I were having a conversation about it. And it all came down to one simple word: perseverance, right? It's easy to go and to get after it in the beginning. It's really, easy to go and get after it when it's all beautiful and it's nice. And like I said, it's nice and shiny and it's so fresh. But what happens when it's not so fresh? What happens when it's now you have to get to it? It's not these crazy activities and these big events, these big showcases. It's just you gotta get the work done, right? And that can go and blend into many different things. It can blend into your work, right? Well, I'm using this as an example, like your work life. It can blend into your relationship, right? Where it's not, you just started dating and it's you get the little butterflies still, and obviously it's still important, to date your spouse and just for me, this is not a marriage or relationship, talk right now, but date your wife, date your husband, like date your person, and still keep that alive, keep that fresh, keep that fire up within you too, because that's the important thing, right? You dedicate yourself to that person. If you guys are married, if you guys are dating, you said like, hey, listen, something serious, I want to get after this. So like always, keep that flame going, yeah. But but for me, it is the matter of being resilient and perseverance, right? Persevering even when the storms might hit, even when, again, like I said, it might feel a little mundane, even when it feels like, okay, I have to get it done, right? It's not anything spectacularly new. It's just, okay, cool, another week, I gotta, have to get to work done. We should be excited to do it, but sometimes we fall into that level of complacency of like, all right, I'm gonna do the minimum. I'm okay. I have to check this off. Answer 4 emails. Get a cup of coffee, and you become into this routine, right? That's why it's also important to go and sometimes, take a little retreat for yourself. Whether it's, go and take half a day off and just get your mind clear, or whether it's literally go on a vacation, whatever it might be, whatever situation you're in. Like, hopefully you guys can do that. But then God brought me to James, right, and the book of James, and we'll go. It's actually in James 1, and we'll do 2 to 4. And it says, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Now I want to focus on the end of that. Be mature and complete. It's like a seed, right? We all know, like, if you eat some fruits, at one point they were a seed. At any point, like, in a business, in a relationship, it all started off in a seed form, in an infantile stage, right? So when something has become mature, what has it done? It's gone through a process. It's gone through some seasons. It's grown. It's matured. It's set down roots. It's gotten strong. It's gotten fortified. And it says, and complete, mature and complete, right? So it's a full circle kind of thing, not lacking anything. Right? When you go and you want to finish a project, you want to finish an assignment, you want to finish something. If I give you, let's say, I'm bringing you, we'll use this. If I give you this tablet, right? Boom, here you go. but there's no battery inside of it, right? It's not charged. It has like no memory inside of it. And there's stuff next to it. If I give you a presentation, let's say, right? And like, here's my presentation, boom. But you're missing the beginning, the middle's kind of weird, the ending's lacking some stuff. It's not complete. You wouldn't be happy with it, right? You'd be like, well, what is this? Like, this is not done. Like, give me the finished product. Give it to me when it's complete. Yeah, that's why I get to go. And when it says be mature and complete, not lacking anything, that's what our perseverance does to us. It pulls out of us certain things. It makes us realize, all right, you know what? Let me get strong here. Let me fortify this. Let me, clear the spots there. Let me go and add some things there. Let me make it complete so I don't lack of anything, right? So when it says that, I'll read it one more time at verse 4. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Finish its work, right? Perseverance, what it does is it's a formula, and it is a what's a good word I want to use right now? It is a building block. That's a really good word I'm gonna use. It's a building block to get to that next stage, right? If you're going upstairs, right, and you're missing a few steps, those steps might be critical, right? If you got the first step going, you got the second step, but you're missing 3, 4, 5, and 6, how do you expect to jump to 8, right? There's a gap there. What perseverance does is like, okay, I did step 1, I did step 2, I did step 3, let me go 4, 5, and you go through the steps, right? You fall in love with the process. I remember there was a basketball player, I can't remember the name right now, but he said, you have to love the process, right? And that was so profound because I know he just said like, oh, talk about like, going to training and doing all these things and going to practice, early and day in and day out and not just worrying about game day. But you have to fall in love with that process. You have to fall in love with knowing that this might not feel too good right now. It might not feel so glamorous right now. It might not look like where exactly I want to be. But that perseverance that I'm building to this, I'm building my faith. I'm building the structure. I'm building that fortitude. I'm building that faith inside of me that when I get to that next level, I can know that I went to 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now I'm on number 6. Now I'm gonna move to number 7. I have that foundation. I have that base. I have that experience from going through what I went through to get to that next step. So don't go and just like pretend like the past, didn't do anything for you, right? You can't negate the past. There's certain things obviously you want to let go of. There's things that maybe try to hold you back. Those chains, we break them off. But there's certain things in the process, right? If you remember that if God protected you when you were fighting a lion and a bear, He's gonna protect you when you fight this Goliath. If He protected you in these smaller things, quote unquote smaller things, He helped you pass that test. He helped you, pass, this breakup. Now that you're in that next step where you're actually getting hit, there's confliction in what you want to see and what's actually happening. You go back and be like, you know what, Lord, you're with me through 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5 and 6 are going to be great, and 7 and 8 are going to be even better. Yeah, that's the kind of mentality we need to have. That's the kind of faith we need to have. That's the kind of perseverance we need to have. Yeah, so I just want to leave you guys with that it's so important to persevere even in the midst of the battle, persevere in the midst of the chaos, in the midst of the storm. When you persevere, you're able to go and build a structure, and you can build a base and a foundation where you know that no matter what happens, God was with me here, He's gonna be with me there, and He's gonna be with me in the future and forever. Yeah, that's something that I really want to just sink in, is to have perseverance. I don't know why God dropped me off, specifically was the word perseverance. So if this is for you, I really hope that it lands in your spirit at the right time, whether you're watching it, the day comes out, 5 years from now, whatever it might be, just know that when we persevere, God builds a foundation inside of us. So when we go to that next step, we're that much stronger. Yeah? I love you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any talks. I love you guys. This is amazing. Persevere, get after, stay creative, and make it the best day ever.